Welcome, Divine Masculine. I'm Key. We're now in the library. I'm just getting things adjusted. I just finished talking with Divine Feminines. Hold on. Yeah, but this is your moment right now. So, uh, Divine Masculine. I know coming to you as a feminine or coming to you as a woman is, I feel, would not be an angle that I'm really want to come at you guys with. I really want to tap into my divine masculine when talking to you guys, just so I could practice that element. But for right now, I see that I want to make an expedition for both the divine masculines and for divine feminine. So this is, I'd like to make this a premiere where the voyage that you're going on as divine masculine, first of all, just knowing what are the elements to be a divine masculine. That's something that as a female I would like to know from the fellas out here that are in the library, that comes to the Akashic Records library with me, and knowing what does it mean to be an emperor. I mean, to have that family dynamic that feels right for you. Because I always wanted, when looking at a male or looking at men, I always wanted to know, or when I witnessed being around a lot of men in my life, and we all have been around the opposite sex since we were young, like, is it the things that they really want to do, um, and who they really want to be, and not blame it or cast stones on it. A lot of times, as a feminine, when speaking to men or being with men at one point, I'm taking a break to understand what does it mean to be an empress. But right now, like, really looking back on the male figures that I have in my life, I seen it was things that they wanted to do or wanted to be, but may have felt, if being that, would it banish somebody else. It's like when you are simply being who you want to be, masculine, do you feel blamed for that? I know as a feminine, I felt blamed for being myself, for wanting to be myself more. So I can only imagine for masculine, where who you really want to be, has it always put you in situations where people either blamed you for who you wanted to be, or did they see who you wanted to be and want to see that prosper for you? So I think for divine masculines, I've seen this, I've experienced doing that to masculines before. Like, for example, if I had to see the Hermit, right now, these cards came out, um, and I didn't know why until I'm here with you guys to see this. Right now, y'all going within on. I think that's why I was speaking like that. That I am speaking like that is because tapping into the masculine side of who I am, and just imagining that side in the masculines. So again, y'all get to teach me, men that are out here, is what I'm thinking, or what is it correct, or and how to make it correct. When you go within, you are an introvert a lot, masculines. When y'all contemplate a lot, you go within spiritually, and I don't think we know that about you guys. I think that's what attracts us to you as divine masculines, but we don't know that that is a side that you hold very sacred, or that you really have within you. A lot of times, as a human being or as a female, I always wonder if a man is actually, does he know his spiritual side? Does he know that he's a spiritual being as well? That he knows that as a spiritual person, is looking at is knowing that you have the light in yourself, but knowing that you understand the shadows of yourself and others around you, that you understand the dark side more so than at moments the feminine. I mean, as a woman, I know my dark side, but a lot of times I was blamed for that. For example, if I had to, on a masculine level, I like to go after what I want. At one point, um, since young, as a young person, I like chasing. I like, I liked having more than one person in my life as a partner. I'm not saying that men do this. I'm just coming from it. I'm tapping into my masculine energy to tell you this, and you guys can help me to understand this. But because you're like, Key, not all men chase after women. It's like, well, how do you get a girlfriend? You know what I mean? Let's be real. Like, we know we got to put on that perfume and that dress and that, that push your bra to show assets before you get to know our essence of who we are essentially. So, yeah, going within, like, if I had to go within myself, be the hermit in this situation with you guys, like, men to me is like, not competition, it's more of a goal. It's like a tally mark. I don't know how to say it, where if I get with a guy, it's like a checkpoint. Like, oh, I got a guy to look at me. Check. I got a guy to call me. Another check. I got a guy to, like, and then have more than one that's interested in me. That boosts my ego. I don't know if I call that the masculine side of me, my ego. Maybe I do. I'm learning now, going within. Right now with you guys, that being a hermit, I had to see, where does my ego lie. Like, yes, I love monogamy, but I also am into polygamy. I understand that even though we are human beings, we are also animals. We're also mammals as well. So that both my human side and my animalistic side believes in polygamy. I also believe in monogamy too. I believe that to first get to know a person, you would have to be monogamous. Like, I can't just know you and you and you and you, like more than one person at the same time, because that's not really fair. It's only getting a snippet of who these individuals are and then trying to put them in a complete package. But I do believe in polygamy. I do believe in having and knowing that my partner can have more than one person. I think my thing is, if my partner, just like me, is going to have more than one person, it has to fit for both me and that person. So, for example, I experienced monogamy and I experienced polygamy with my partners in life, where I had a beautiful marriage and even relationship. In relationships based first on monogamy first, getting to know each other, and then letting the male know that I do believe in polygamy. At first it took a man back, like, they probably thought I was playing, like, you probably trying to test me to see if you could punish me later. Like, nah, I'm really not. I had to experience life to see that, could I really could I expect this person to love just me when we love more than one person naturally. Like, for one, I love my family and my family loves me. But that's one element. I could go outside and then I have friends that love me and I love my friends. So even though I give my family one-on-one attention, to stop them from loving me kind of felt weird. So if I had to look at that as a monogamy, yes, the monogamy is the connection. But to share that love felt polygamy to me. Same thing with my friends. I love my friends so much. Can I just keep them to myself? No. I want you to have other friends. I can't be around you all the time, so I'm expecting another person that you consider to be a friend to be there for you. I view that even in relationships. Like, even when I am with a man and he gets to know me completely, that's when I let him know, like, look, I cannot be naive or childish to think that, yes, I know you cherish me and that you love me. I do know that. But for you to not blame yourself later, if you are interested in someone other than myself, be honest with me and know that I got your back. Like, to me, a man that I'm with is now, we now family, we now kinfolk. You're now my friend. So if you can't come to me with urges or with not even an urge or with a connection other than me, then the trust is not there, you know? So going within as the hermit, I had to come to grips with that. I had to really come to grips with that. I know it seems unorthodox, but it's like, if we looked at the masculine, since we're here, men, that when you are building an empire, who's in the empire with you? Is it just yourself? It's most likely going to be your empress. Who else is going to be around you? Councils, people that are serving you to make sure things are, together. That's more than one person already. So how do you manage those relationships in a more healthy way where no one is to blame? I think that's where the masculines could be at. I know for me, that masculine side of who I am, if I had to speak from the masculine side to men, then that's what I think about a lot. Like, how do I want my family dynamic to be? Where, yes, I do want a partner, but I do want my partner to know that I believe in legacy and I believe in making sure that our family is straight and that our family and our friends are also building their empire. But when it comes to this one-on-one, that we got this. Like, looking at organizations and logic and seeing that what makes a very happy family life, what makes financial security, finding the magic in the little things in life. Like, what are the little things to me? What are the little things to the divine masculine? And making sure that we love it and nurture it just the same. Like, how do you view the family dynamics? Do you want a monogamy relationship one-on-one? And if you want the monogamy, in what way, masculine, do you want that? Like, truly, that makes you happy too. Because I've seen in relationships that when I didn't really talk to the masculine about really what makes him happy, I found out later on what did make him happy. And it hurt, not based on what I found out. I was just hurt that the divine masculine couldn't feel that he can trust me with that information. Like, I feel honestly, man to woman, that it should be an open discussion. So let's get within this. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see. Okay. Because I know for the men, I don't have to speak long. I'm just feeling like that energetically. When I speak with men energetically, I don't feel I need to speak long with you guys. I think y'all got the picture. But I'm going to let the books speak. Ooh. Okay. Let's see what's up so far. Wow. Okay, so yeah, the feminine had the same thing. What gets you charged up? What gets us as the divine masculine, like, when building the empire, what's going to make you want to build it? Like, not just what makes you want to build it, but subconsciously what makes it worthwhile to do it. Like, yes, we all know that we are the light, that masculines, you are the light. Like, whatever you do, it helps not just you, but it actually does help other people too, that are very close to you. But you want both your conscious and your subconscious to feel charged up to want to do it. So what part of yourself is the light part and the dark. Now, if I had to look at it from a masculine standpoint, I know that if I'm honest and open that, yes, this is the type of way I want my empire. Like, yes, I want to start off monogamous where I get to know who I'm dealing with, and I want them to know who they're dealing with when it comes to me. But at the same time, it's like I also want them to know my shadow side, and that can they ride with me? Can they ride out with me? Not ride or die with me. Like, I don't want you to have to die for me. You know, I want to know, can you ride out for me? To me, riding out for me is another way of dying, because you're reviving even the aspects of yourself that is riding with you to make this happen. So, for example, when coming with a relationship, like once my partner knew that I want polygamy in the relationship and even in the marriage, I had to show him that shadow side of what I mean by that, though. So at first he thought I was playing, until I said, well, if you're interested in a woman, I need to know about that. I need to know her credentials. I need to know her characteristics. I need to know so far what you know about the woman, to see how we could implement that in the family dynamics, because now we're working with something. Now this can be someone that can increase the lineage, increase the name, the family name, rather than tarnish it. So again, rather than be submissive, I my partner was open enough to tell me, like, well, this woman, for example, she likes to do catering, or she likes to do yoga, or she likes to do let's see, what is another craft? Any craft is but something tangible that we could talk about. She likes to make cakes. Let's say she likes to cook. She likes to make cakes, right? She likes to do pastries, right? So it's like, how many years have she done it? 7 years. She's been catering for 7 years, but she's going to school, or she has another job right now. Like, even though she has another job, her passion key is she really wants to cater. She really wants to cook, but she doesn't know the way to do it yet, where it could be a solid business. I'm looking at so far her credentials of, like, well, that's also can benefit, because at times I like cooking, but I don't like to cook all the time. I love cooking, but I do not love to cook all the time. This could benefit me. You know what I mean? Like, this could benefit me at the same time. Like, okay, if we take the next feminine in to our relationship, then I already know how I could place her in the family where it shines who she is to the forefront, where she's shining like, yeah, this is what I could do, because this is who she is. And it doesn't confuse the family. It's like, oh, well, mom doesn't like cooking anyway all the time, so we know we're going to get another cook meal by second mom so-and-so or so-and-so. Okay, the first thing that was the shadow side was to make that happen. So if I had to look at as the emperor while embodying the feminine in me, I said, well, since I heard what the man that I love said about the next woman, I wanted to communicate with her. And a lot of the masculines like, oh no, here we go. She might try to stop this connection and make it messed up. And I'm like, no, I need to talk to her woman to woman, so she knows that it's not just you connecting to her. I also need to connect to her, so she knows that this is a family affair, that this is not just one way. And if she just wanted one way with you, then again, she still got to come to me, because who was you with first before you introduced me to this woman or talked about this woman? So she would have to understand that dynamics. Like, okay, when she's coming into the mix, when I communicate with her, I was like, well, first my name is so and so. My name is Key, or Kiana, and we both have one thing in common. It's the guy, right? The emperor. And we both could laugh about that and chuckle, right? And then, because I did it two ways. I first communicated with her on the phone, like who I am and what is my credentials. At that time, I was getting my bachelor's in English, working 9 to 5 at I think at that time was Blockbuster or something of that nature. But I was leaving that job to start doing my own business, which is Shea Butters, and this is before the tarot reading. So I was trying to figure out how to implement my bachelor's in English while I was slowly leaving the job that I was with. So I started to um, do tarot readings, practice it on myself, and then that was something I found out she was interested in. So we started communicating in that way too. But then I had to tell her, like, well, she knew that I do have a job, so I have a steady income to bring forth. But knowing that my bachelor's in English, my minor's in music, I use music, I perform. I was doing background singing for bands at that time, traveling a lot. Um, and this doing things of the performing arts to also push that part of myself out. So while she was talking to me, I was also giving her my credentials to understand why the masculine that we share together would have that connection with me as well. So once we got the credentials out the way, and her telling me, what the masculine told me about herself, that she likes to cater, and knowing from her standpoint what she wants to do with it, I said, well, how can we make this where it's a business, or how can we do this where you have your own income? It wasn't where I was using it for the business for me. It was like, no, I want you to have this as your business. So no matter what, whether we together or you with the emperor or not, that you can hold yourself down and that I could hold myself down. So we were actually building each other as women, but we were building each other as women apart too, where we have our conditions work for us as an individual to bring to the emperor. So looking at it like that made me see that we did have important achievements, that self-discipline was needed and willpower was needed, like knowing myself, knowing thyself first, so that way my self-esteem wasn't threatened with the other woman, and vice versa, that she know that she doesn't have to be threatened by me in this connection. And we had to discuss, like, how many days that she wanted to spend with the emperor, how many days that I want to spend with the emperor, and make that logical. um what is her faith, what is her spiritual background, and what is my spiritual background, how we could use that to benefit at the same time. This is something I had to look at from an emperor standpoint, you know so now if a person ever comes to me and they want a relationship with me as a man, he would eventually have to know this. And a lot of my exes did know this, but I've never had to practice this until I'm not married anymore. I'm divorced. I've been divorced for like actually 4 or 5 years now. So looking at the marriage that I had before, and looking at not just the marriage I had, but looking at the relationships I had with men, showed me exactly how to deal with crucial situations or crucial circumstances. Like, what if my partner wants another woman? What if I want another man? How to come clean with that before even doing it. Like, before even taking on another man, I first had to come clean with my emperor at that time, that I was interested in another man, or that I was interested in another woman. And how did he really feel about that, and how can we make that information become a ten of earth, become a happy family dynamic and financial security? Because when we take on another relationship, or when we take on relationships, we put in our energy, we put in our emotions, we're putting who we are into it, and most importantly, we cannot dismiss this, we put money into it, right? So if I got to, if my emperor had to come to the conclusions that he had to share me with another man, then he also has to look at, am I giving am I giving the income to that other man, or is the man bringing the income to the household? Is it equal? Like, that's something that needed to be really cleared up. So let's see what's up. um wow, the Queen of Fire. So yeah, um being very clear on what foundation do you really want as a man? I mean, again, once I had to come to the emperor that I was dealing with at the time to see what he wanted as a foundation, that made both of us feel confident in the way we took the charge forward and how we discipline ourselves and self-discipline, not just with ourselves together, but by ourselves separately. So again, if I believed in monogamy, but my heart was in polygamy, I had to understand that as a monogamy, going to my emperor at that time, who I wanted to connect to first was him. Because no matter what, it started from this man being in my life first for me to feel confident to be able to be clear on those things. So once being clear with my emperor, like, nah, this is, I do, if I feel the need to connect with another woman or connect with a man other than you, I had to know that I'm not wasting our finances on that person, that I'm not going out here foolishly with my income, because my income is no longer my income anymore. Now the income I had to, as an emperor, I had to look at it like the money I bring in for me is the same money I'm bringing in for my significant other, for my spouse, for my child, because I have a child, for my child. More so my child than the emperor. But in regardless, knowing that whatever I do as a relationship has to be fruitful and not reduce. So, say for instance, I brought in someone that was fine and it was flirtatious, but didn't have the finances. Do you think the emperor and me would continue that type of relationship? No. Without putting it in its place, meaning I can have fun with this flirtatious person, whether it be a girl, a woman, or a man. I can, like, I don't like calling that out here like that when they say fuck boy and thoughts like that. These are people. I understand when it comes time to express it, our anger is going to make me say that because I've been known to say that. But if I had to really put into what I'm saying in a more fashionable manner, even if this person is that, I should treat them as such, right? Meaning, should I be spending money on someone that is not going to make me fruitful? No. So yeah, this person can be a thought or a fuckboy, or this person could be a person that just wanna, again, if I had to say it fashionable, if this person just wanna have fun, meaning just don't want no strings attached, just wanna have fun with me, wanna have like go out and have fun. Guess what? To go out and have fun, somebody has to take out the bill, right? Even if I was to go to a party, I had to spend money to get a Metro card and to have my dress code on point and go out, right? I'm spending money. If it's not, is that would be in my best interest to do that? No. Now, if a person came to me and says, well, I like to have fun with you, but let's go in places where it's neutral, like let's go to a museum, or let's go Dutch on it, where I put out half and you put out half. Or, you know what, I got you this time and you have me next time. That helps with the finances. So now I can't say that this person is just somebody I'm having fun with. And if I am having fun with them, treat them as such. Meaning, okay, if I'm going to have fun, do I have the income to have fun with you at this moment? No. So I shouldn't have fun with this person. If I have the finances to have fun with this person, meaning I took care of my bills, my man has, he's taking care of my, let me rewind this and say how it is. I'm taking care of my bills, the bills is taken care of, food is in the refrigerator, my child has a place to rest her head, food to eat, clothes on her back. If she wants a little extra money on the side, I can give her money for that. And my significant other, if he needed me to hold down the fort, I can do that. Then yes, I will have fun with that person. If my house is not in order, if my child is not taken care of, if I'm not taking care of myself, then no, I can't have fun with that person. Plain and simple. Then that's the monogamy side of me. The polygamy side of me is like, well, once I have this all done, then yes, I can have fun. If I'm not taking care of home, if I'm not putting in the money and the emotions and the spiritual connection and having that sanctuary with my man and my child, then I have no purpose out there playing and having fun then. Because I can have fun with my child. I can have fun with my man. I don't need to have that extra type of fun. So yeah, let's see what the next card is. Walking away. So yeah, walking away to become an emperor. Like what I had to leave behind, what you had to leave behind is the very thing that's going to make you an emperor. So a desire to move on, the search for something more meaningful, spiritual and emotional growth. Right now, you are already emotional growing as masculines. First of all, you're recognizing that as a man, you're divine. And to even say that is like, you don't, it's downplaying it, but no longer can you downplay that you're divine. No longer can you downplay that you're godly. And godly doesn't mean just the beautiful part of who you are makes you godly or divine. It's also the dark side of you, the shadow side. I just revealed my shadow side. It's polygamy. My light is monogamy. To embrace both the sun and the moon in yourself, both the light and the not so nice side of yourself, and put them together as one. You're doing that. You're moving in that direction. The search for something more meaningful, spiritual and emotional growth. So again, you already spiritual with the hermit going within. You already know that from you going within, you know what you want to do and why you want to do it. And what is it going to take to do it? So let's see. The last one, and then we go, because my dad is calling me, so I got to get busy. I don't need him thinking that I'm procrastinating with him. He'll get at me like, Kiana, Key, what's up? You know I was coming to see you. Like, yes, Dad. Okay, last card. Wow, Queen of Earth. So yeah, you looking within to know what experience did you have with the opposite sex? Not just the relationship that you're walking away from or had already walked away from, but now you're going within and look at what were the experiences that you had with the women in your life from your mom, looking at the experience that you had with your mom, seeing how she coped with things, or aunties, grandmothers, even down to if you have sisters, like looking at, or yeah, looking at the relationships that your sisters had when it came to men. Even looking at those aspects of yourself. Like again, we all have the yin and yang. So looking at how you took care of home, how you take care of your energy, how are you thoughtful, how are you creative, how do you exude warmth and sensibility, like that steadiness. Looking at the relationships that you had and seeing what parts were steady and what parts were not steady, and how to embrace both, where the next time you have a relationship is in one accord with you. So you making time for those around you. So again, you may be right now talking to women in your life, masculines, that really are sacred to you, or let me say that you really hold up with high respect. You're talking to them, whether it be your sister, your auntie, grandma, mom, um, mentors in your life, like friends that are females. Looking at your female friends, yeah, looking at your female friends and seeing like what are the relationships that you have with them and how did those become fruitful and harmonious. That kind of tells you exactly what kind of template you can have when you are dating a female, or what to look out when wanting to be with a female, wanting to be with the divine feminine. And you're looking at things from a sensible approach. You're dealing with challenges, because this is a challenge to really look at the dynamics that you have with women in every shade and seeing how did those work out and did not work out. And the parts that did not work out, why did they not work out? Not just for you, but why it didn't work out for even, maybe, okay, you might know why it didn't work out for the female. Or maybe you didn't. And talking to women that you hold with that same respect to find those things out. You're dealing with those challenges in a kind and understanding manner. My dream is to make this into a premiere. I would like to make this a voyage, like I'm already taught to Divine Feminine, where I would like to start premiering how to become an empress. In this case, how to be an emperor and what does that mean? So Let's see how many's up here. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes, I use my fingers. 11. I want to use that. We have, interesting. We have more numbers here. So let's see. 11, 10, 20. 18. Let's see. 28. So let's make this interesting. 28. Oh no. Because we don't get too many masculines here. So, okay, let's make this simple. Past 11, like if I get likes, 11 likes or 11 views from the masculines, then I will make this a premiere. Subscribing, like I described to the feminine, subscribing is like now you're saying to me that, and I say to you that we're now family, we're now a sanctuary for each other. So I would like to build on how to be an emperor and what does that really mean, and to really have the masculines express that through the sanctuary, which is this channel. So if I see 7 views on this, 7 likes, 7 subscriptions, 11 likes, 11 subscribers, or 11 views will let me know that this is going to be a premiere for the emperors, where y'all have your own time where y'all could come in and really express like what does it mean for you to be an emperor and the things you're going through, and embody it in yourself. So that way, when you meet the next woman, or when even you seeing yourself that you are emperor, how to even recognize that? That's hard to say. That's kind of like saying when we walk outside, the moment I walk outside, the moment I wake up, I'm already exuding God in myself and outside of myself. That's scary to say. So if we can't say God, then how can we say that in another way? Being an emperor, how does that really mean? So what's going on? I'm about to end because my father is coming in, but the likes will let me know for the Divine Masculines. Hi, Sing. Thank you for that. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for viewing this, because I want to have a sanctuary for just the men to come in and to voice their what's really going on. Because we don't really hear from a man what a man goes through, or what a man really needs, and what a man has to be. I can say an emperor is organized and logic. I can say an emperor is structured and disciplined. I can say an emperor is a leader, but to actually see that in what way? That would take a man to actually say that. Like a woman, I've heard as a young girl, and I say this to my daughter, like I have my daughter with her father more so now, because I said, look, you're at an age that I can't teach you things about the man, or about the man part of yourself, that your father, he can show you that. I can only guess on what it is, but a man will know how to show you what kind of men to look out for, to watch out for, and to be around, and what kind of masculine energy that's in you as his daughter to bring out. So thank you. The likes will tell me, the views and the subscribes will let me know that this is a premiere for the masculines and at what time. So for the feminine, I started with them at 10 o'clock. I would like it where at 11 o'clock, or again, we could all come up to the sanctuary when I have the masculines. Tomorrow I'm going to do this again. I might start it at 11 for the masculines, and at 10 o'clock for the feminines. So if we would like to make this as a premiere at 11 o'clock for tomorrow, 11 likes, 11 subscribes, 11 views will let me know that I can premiere this like that. I love you, Divine Masculines. I love the Emperor in you and outside of you. We will see you on the other side.